From the tight confines of indoor arenas to the wide open spaces of fairgrounds and speedways, the Monster X Tour is ready to kick off the outdoor season in style with a big weekend of events at Chico, California's Silver Dollar Speedway. While the move outdoors allows for bigger tracks and bigger lineups, events are also subjected to the whims of Mother Nature, who was not kind in the days leading up to the Monster X Tour's Chico weekend. Rain, and more rain led to the cancellation of Friday's on-track activities and turned the track's infield into a mud bowl for Saturday and Sunday's events. The mud will be a true test of man and machine, but the stars of the Monster X Tour are ready for the challenges it presents. Series points leader Bill Payne continues to show the way in the Rockstar. He'll be looking for a big weekend to slow down the momentum of teammate BJ Johnson and California Kid, who has come on strong as the indoor season came to a close. A new wrinkle will be thrown into the points chase as, with the Monster Jam season in the books, 2 superstar trucks are ready to crash the party. Fans are still talking about the incredible freestyles laid down by Donald Epidendio and Titan last year here in Chico. In the 12 months since, the Monster Jam world has discovered this young superstar as he turned heads all winter on his way to being named the Monster Jam Rookie of the Year. Now he's back on the Monster X Tour and he's ready for battle with good friend and on-track rival Bill Payne and Rockstar. Darren Miguez turned in another strong Monster Jam season behind the wheel of his Bounty Hunter machine and is ready for 2 Extreme Racing's rematch with the Monster Truck Mafia. The last time these 2 powerhouse outfits met, it was Bill Payne and Rockstar dominating the weekend. You can bet that Miguez will be looking to change that outcome this weekend in Chico. Andrew Peckham and Red Baron, Anthony Epidendio and Bucked Up, Eddie Yauman in the General, and Ed Miller in the new MotorcycleSuperstore.com ride round out the great 8-truck lineup for the Monster X Tour outdoor season opener here in Chico. Which of these men and machines will make the best of the muddy conditions and come out on top? It's time to find out as TMB TV's Original Series takes you through 2 days of Monster X Tour wheelie racing and freestyle competition from Chico, California's Silver Dollar Speedway. It's all brought to you by the fine folks from E3 Spark Plugs, and it's all coming your way right now.
Uh, 2012 was a blast. We had a good time. We were lucky. We didn't have a bunch of mechanical failures. We were fairly consistent throughout the year and just having fun. It's been a good time. I definitely excelled in the small stadium stuff this year, or the small arena stuff, excuse me. We did really good in tight quarters, but I was really happy with my stadium performances too. Everything was good. Anaheim, big jumps, big air. Tacoma, big jumps, big air. I don't think there was a real highlight except for that fire. I caught fire in Portland, Oregon. And other than that, it was just fun to be able to go run with those guys. That was an awesome deal. That was just an honor to be asked to go do that. And then to know that I was competitive, so to speak, it was fun. It was definitely a dream come true to get to go to Las Vegas and run my truck. And the speeds, the course, the whole atmosphere, it's undescribable almost, you know, it's a kick in the pants. Tonight's going to be an awesome show. I think these guys are going to do well in the mud and they'll still put on a heck of a show. And I got one more show after this year and then we're done and we're going to go back home and back to work and try to finish our other truck and maybe re-chassis Titan this winter. So next year we'll start off with 2 fresh trucks and my little brother's going to drive one and it'll be lots of fun. It is absolute pig snot out there this weekend. There is a foot of mud in the infield, and these things don't steer, stop, go, do anything worth the heck in the mud. So it's just going to be hopefully to stay straight for the jumps and not go off stuff crooked and flip, because if you do flip, it's going to take a miracle to get you flipped back over out here in the mud. And hopefully just try to keep your momentum up. Mainly, it's all you can do in the mud is just try to keep good wheel speed, good momentum. I brought some dirt hooks with me, so hopefully that makes the truck excel in the mud this weekend.
to the electrical light pole and light box by Intro. He said it is time to get back with the show. So I'm going to get out there. Our tough trucks are going to be quick.
Got a little blood in our heads. You know, it was good to take a win in the mud, but you can tell that the truck doesn't look like the kid, neither do I. The conditions are terrible. 13 years of racing, it is the slimiest mud. Chico has a great dirt track here, really good clay, but now it's all in the infield with us, so it's miserable. You know, with my truck being the Ukraine tires, they have no tread, so you had to do a lot of wheel speed. And they actually put a jammer car in there, so I just figured if I could just bonsai the jammer car, it had enough dry dirt where anybody else, there's nowhere else there's dry dirt, so you know, it's just luck of the draw. You got 3 Mafia trucks, the Bounty Hunter and the Red Baron. I mean, everybody's running hard. When you play in the mud, the trucks that don't have the big motors, it equals a lot of stuff out. You can have the biggest motor in the world, and if you can't get traction, you ain't going nowhere. But racing's still to come. I don't know, you know, big sweeping corners and mud don't really go together. So these guys with these big cleated tires, they're going to be the ones to beat. You know, I just have to lay it on the line. The conditions are terrible. A lot of rear still early, just staying in the gas. I mean, you're driving 90% with your eyes closed anyways. You've got so much mud in your face. Visors don't work, so we'll see what happens. Racing's up next.
was sloppier than pig snot out there. I sure am glad I brought my Firestone crap grabbers, as you would call them. They do pretty well. I just put a locker in front of the truck. That seemed to have helped too. It's just tough out there. There's nowhere to go, nowhere to steer. There's obstacles everywhere, but take it however we can get it, so I'm happy.
Is this the muddiest you've raced in before?
No, Ukiah last year in January, it was pretty wet. It was probably a little worse than this, and I had sudden impact tires and an open front diff, and it was definitely a learning curve.
What's it gonna take to win freestyle?
Not flip, hit the obstacles, get enough momentum to go over the top of them, and fix my turn.
Coming back around and getting ready to come over that big jump again. That's right, yeah. Getting some big air in the center already. Human out there making it happen. Yeah. like the mud took him away. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the California kid, Mr. DJ Johnson.
fun when you're doing it. It's terrible now. Now that I look at it, it's like, oh my God, what was I thinking? I thank everybody for coming out. They canceled the show last night because it was 10 times worse. It was a foot of water out here. Thank you guys for understanding coming out. We're still putting on the show we can. I don't care what it takes to beat these things to the ground. You know, we're going to have to take it back together tomorrow. We're going to do the same great show tomorrow, whether it's mud, soup, water, or if it's dry. I mean, you guys can see it's already starting to kind of tack up as we're flinging it around. It would have been a great show. Even 2 hours from now, it would have been getting bigger and bigger. Check our merchandise out. Help us out. If you guys want to come out and watch trucks tomorrow, be here at 9 o'clock in the morning.
So tell us about that run last night.
Which part? I couldn't see a whole lot of that run. It was just kind of hold on. That's all you could do. As you can see, I mean, it was, you couldn't pick a straight line, so it was just hammer down and work rear steer, front steer, trying to aim for something and then follow it wherever it was going. It kind of got lucky on a couple of them. We had to kind of place a couple of cars right before freestyle just so they were actually in the dry. That way we could come through the dry, get a head start, and then hit it. That way we could catch some air. You know, when you got the big infields like that, you know, if you're catching a little air, it looks really, really bad from the crowd standpoint because, you know, they're already far enough away. You know, when the arena shows, it's not so bad, but we caught some air, I think. We saw a couple of pictures, you know, it ended up ripping off the shock tower off the truck. We ended up just kind of welding everything back together. You know, not fixed correctly. Obviously, we didn't have plasma cutters and everything, you know, the notchers and all that to do it correctly, but we got it fixed. It'll last, and we just got some 3/8 plate into it. Fixed a couple of shocks. It'll be a fun night, I think. You know, it's starting to dry up a little bit towards the end of the run. It actually started getting a little tacky as everything's, you know, starting to throw around. Started mixing it up, making it real thick, so it was actually starting to get a little bit of traction. So, you know, I don't know how that worked, because, you know, wheelie contest, he got some great air off the jammer jump, but you know, I went out there, hit the bus stack, ended up kind of, you know, I felt like I was a skateboarder, right? You just slid on the cradle across the top of the bus, ended up rolling it over. They had a heck of a time getting it over because of the traction, and he still won. It was just, I was actually hanging upside down, listening to the cheer off, and when it was between, you know, California Kid and Rockstar, I was like, oh, no problem, we got him. And then they said, California Kid. It was like, son of a gun. As I'm hanging upside down, covered in mud, it was like, that wasn't worth it, you know, but, you know, we got everything back together. I mean, a lot of trucks had a lot of problems, and mud causes huge problems with electrical. I mean, whether it's rear steer because you just got ball switches, so the mud starts getting into them and it starts, you know, acting them up to where it makes them, you know, turn on when they're not supposed to. So rear steers wig out, starters wig out. I mean, there's a whole bunch of problems that come along with mud. So it's, you know, stuff that monster trucks aren't built for. So we got problems that everybody was fighting all night long, but it was a great show. I mean, everybody's back together. We're in the middle of pit party right now for the Sunday show. As you see, I'm sitting by my trailer still, so we're still trying to get Rockstar done. We ran, you know, close on time. I would rather just pass the pit party just to get that extra hour, just to kind of nut and bolt it, because we did go so big. Stay tuned for the Sunday here in Chico, California, 2012.
good weekend for racing. Those tires did wonders. The new locker in the front, everything worked real well, and we got it both nights. So good weekend. Everybody did really good for their tires. I mean, you figure I was the only one with 4-inch hooks on my tires, so had a little advantage on them. But you know, everybody did what they could in the mud with what they had. Put on a good show. It was still sloppy and nasty and gross. Sun's out though, so makes for a pretty nice day. Friday was trying to put on a good show for you and flipped her early. I'll be here next year. I'll do better. Dono, give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Bill Payne, Rockstar with his wheelie with one up behind him. Done yet. I really don't.
Freestyle was fun. It's hauling butt when you get outdoors. Wow, it was fun. You know, I was speechless, really. It's hard to follow, you know, the trucks that were out there. You got a couple of rollovers. You got Bounty Hunter catching good air. Iron Outlaw was catching good air. As you see, the visor broke halfway through, got a little covered, so I just ripped it off, and then went over to the face. It was fun. Stay tuned.
There's simply nothing like mud and monster trucks, and what a weekend the combination of the two made for as the Monster X Tour kicked off its outdoor season in Chico. The elements presented a unique set of challenges for both man and machine, but the stars of the Monster X Tour persevered and put on an incredible weekend of high-flying action. Bill Payne and the Rockstar once again comes out of another weekend as the big winner, sweeping the freestyle competitions and adding another wheelie win to his impressive season totals. DJ Johnson and California Kid could only manage one wheelie win himself, so he must watch once again as Payne stretches out his points lead on his way towards that 2012 Monster X Tour Season Championship. Donald Epidendio and Titan had a strong weekend in racing, using his big pleated tires to march through the brackets and sweep both events. Freestyle would not be so kind, however, as he was unable to compete on Saturday due to mechanical issues and rolled over early on Sunday. All of us at TMB TV would like to recognize the efforts of the Monster X crew, who battled the elements all weekend and still turned out two great shows of monster truck competition. A big thanks to Danny Torgerson and the Monster X Tour for welcoming TMB TV's original series back to Chico, and to E3 Spark Plugs for making it all possible. We hope you've enjoyed this muddy edition of TMB TV's original series. We'll see you next time, and be sure to stay tuned to TheMonsterBlog.com for all the latest monster truck news, information, and coverage, because we know monster trucks.
Chico, California, 2012. Not so fun. Wow. Playing in the mud, going back to my childhood days.
Ford Expedition with a 419 alcohol thrown in injected motor, producing 1700.
Freestyle's coming!
His sponsors are Prison Grassy, Transportation Services, Pacific Truck Up, ladies and gentlemen, 2005 Chevrolet S10 with a 496 alcohol.
Hey, Jeff! Go ahead! Okay, ready?
That was about 120, 130 miles an hour.
A little bird mark.